Hi Taurus, I have missed you guys and have been thinking about you guys probably every day, but I could not continue. I had to take a break because cancer season was beating my ass, to be very honest. It was like a lot of purging I didn't expect, a lot of changes, internal changes, and it's like I really had to like let go of control and allow it to take its process. And then with the new astrological I feel like saying placements but that feels kind of weird, but the point is wherever the astrological placements are in the sky right now, this whole Mars and Aries thing, Venus going to Cancer thing, that just even added more. It's like I was hoping to come out and I was coming out and then bam, it just hit me. And I'm a very energetically sensitive person, so to the point where I will feel a transit, like the day a transit should occur, I would get the effects of what it should do on a certain day, like days before that. So it can be a lot. It's good because I tend to be like over the whole transformation process before many people, but at the same time it means like, when many people like are normal, I'm kind of like going through it. So I am sorry about that. I really missed you guys. And also for you guys who are on Twitter, I'm currently offering free Twitter personal readings. Okay, just check my Twitter, which is in the description box. Well, the link is in the description box below. Just click it and it will show you one of the tabs showing Twitter, and you just click that. You should see the post with the free tower readings immediately. I'm trying to make sure it stays at the top of my profile as much as possible. Okay, um it explains what you have to do to get your free reading, so you can check that out if you're interested in that. I've already pulled out your card. This is past, present, future, current energy, grounded energy. I just felt called to start off with one of these chakra healing cards, so let's see what happens. Okay, this one wanted to come out. So we got red jasper, usually about nurturing, right? It's about nurturing, grounding, stabilizing, excuse me. It deals with the sacral and root chakras. Okay, hopefully you guys can see it. I don't know, you should be able to. But yeah, red jasper, I think this one is well known. And the affirmation is I open to all that is around me and all that is within me. Okay, so I feel like hmm, I feel like this element of like going with the flow and making the best out of everything, right? I need to be maybe very focused on the present moment more rather than being in your head. Allowing things to play out rather than trying to control it, which can be a bit tough with this both Mars and Aries things, because Mars is already very aggressive and very, you know, bent on like taking control and doing something about, whatever it concerns. And then there's Aries, which is even more that way because that's his ruler. So I'm not an astrologer, but I love it and I'm learning something new every day. So slowly I'm picking up, but that's what I know so far. So that can, especially last night, especially, man, I'm not sure when you're going to see this. Hopefully it should be the same day, but you guys will know. But right, it was so real, like it was so intense. I honestly wasn't ready for that at all. So right, just allow it to do its thing, allow it to transform you and nurture yourself, especially since this has a lot to do with the roots and sacral chakra, which is como se dice, like basically this focus of restructuring. I heard cleansing, nurturing, and really loving on yourself, focusing on yourself, focusing on your needs, taking control over your life, making sure that everything concerning you is in alignment for you, in order for you to reap what you sow, basically to reap whatever you want to see at the end of the day, at the end of everything when it's all said and done. Okay, so let's start with your grounding energy. We have the Six of Cups here, water sign energy, and it has to do with you receiving some kind of you or someone or the person you're dealing with, right? Also, guys, I recently made a video on how to interpret tarot, my tarot readings. So if you're not sure, I really advise you check that out. It should be out by the time this video is out. Okay, right. So Six of Cups has to do with fulfillment. Um, I heard union. There's a sense of innocence, a sense of innocence, but you're right, there's a sense of purity. Two people, two situations where one is both people equally are very interested in understanding the intentions of the other person. Hopefully you can see this, but I you can see like how intensely they're looking at each other's in each other's eyes. They say the eyes is the windows to the soul, and is a sense of trying to figure out and make sure, um to see things as it is. I feel like this is about being very transparent and wondering like how honest the situation is, how pure it is, it really okay. Maybe someone came to you, like I said, or you gave this to someone. Then we have the Hanged Man and the King of Cups. Since this is grounded energy, it has a lot to do with your more physical energy. So it means like in some area of your life, um, I heard family for some reason. It could be somebody that, hmm, if it's family, it most likely is a situation where it's like, maybe something happened where there was some kind of disconnection, and you guys, whichever one it is, you're looking to the next person thinking, okay, is this person for real, this person honest, is this person serious? Okay, right? And there's a sense of you being, at least at this moment, very stuck in regards to that, and possibly a bit on guard emotionally. um I feel like it's more the person who is extending the love offers, what I heard. And like I said, since it's family for some of you guys, it could just be love in the sense of family love, but this could be in all categories. It's a cup, something that makes you feel very emotionally um filled, basically fulfilled, like satisfied, that's the word, right? And your work can grant you that. This work grants me that, so that's how I feel about that. Your hobbies, whatever career, your family, like I said, your friendships, any social situations you have, many things can grant you actual emotional satisfaction, right? And satisfaction, not in a like, I'm here to just be somebody's servant, but in the sense of whether or not it aligns with a situation that is right for me as a person. And I feel like the person who is offering this cup, I feel like it might be you. um Whoever is offering this cup to another person, this person is still a bit on guard, but it's not like a ruthless guard. um the intent is that at the end of the day, I have something to protect. Much as I want to extend and I have a lot of emotion for this person. We have King of Cups, by the way. This is usually, um at least for me, it's Aquarius energy. I know it's a cup energy, but Aquarius, because if you look at the guy, he is like on this piece of concrete that's floating on water. Like, that takes a lot of self-control, and he's just chilling, and that's where his throne is. So Aquarians are very good at that. But it could be Scorpio as well. Okay, it could be Scorpio, it could be Cancer that you're dealing with as well. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, but for me, mostly Aquarius, Scorpio, or Cancer, because Cancer people, they tend to do that thing where it's like, they might feel something about you or a situation or whatever, but they wouldn't show it. They're very particular in terms of who they express and open up in terms of how they feel, or any kind of intimate, or what's the word, any kind of, I guess you could say, sensitive aspect of their life. They're very protective of that. Scorpio is definitely a protective. They don't just open up to people. They're very particular with who they put their energy and what they put their energy into. Okay, So it could be you or the person you're dealing with who's carrying that energy, and this sense of offering something to somebody, but still wondering what's really going on with this person. Okay, in the current energy, wow, we got the lovers, so this could be a romantic situation. But if you're dealing with a person, there's most likely like the sense of the situation being divinely orchestrated, in the sense of there's something about one person that the other person needs. And to be more specific, I mean like there's some kind of qualities that this person one person has in their character, personality, or energetic signature that the other person is needing. And so the point of the lovers is to not like generally, but in this situation, um two people coming together, so that I feel like, okay, let me pull this card out. Since you got the lovers, let's pull the romance angel card. It could be two people coming together, so you can learn a lesson, so that whatever qualities one person has more of, the other person might be lacking, and vice versa. And basically the point is so that they can mix and mingle energetically wise, so that whatever was lacking in one person that was more in the other person, that they also gain an add-on. I feel like I said very complicatedly, but okay, it said playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youth spirits of fun to shine. So for a lot of you guys, this could be in regards to love. And the advice is to be a lot more light-hearted about those situations. Okay, or you could be considering that. Let's see these two. Mm-hmm. Right, because I feel like there's a sense of there's a lot on your mind concerning the past, or it could be the person you're dealing with. There's a lot on the mind concerning the past situations that they left that were very confusing, that was, I heard, degrading. Um, just brought a lot of it was draining, brought a lot of negativity, and even to leave it was in lots of way painful. And it could be like you are the person you're dealing with is carrying that energy, and now the divine is just giving you some advice in terms of how to lift the mood of the vibe of the situation, maybe even the conversation, right? Um, because I know part of why you have this heavy energy, or this person you're dealing with has this heavy energy, has to do with thinking about ahead, like how can this play out in the long run, and how will it play out considering how it has gone and occurred in the past. But there's a need, I feel, to like let go and allow the divine to do its thing, because it's like that's just you know I mean, just consider the fact that, and when I say divine, I mean God, the creator, source, whatever you call it. At the end of the day, who you are today has a lot to do with the divine source, creator, whatever you call it. um it has to do with what the path it's put you on, like in terms of the people, the lessons, the experiences, everything that you've dealt with. It was the one who orchestrated everything in order to nurture you, in order to help you to evolve, in order to guide you towards whatever your heart is desiring, right? And it has done a tremendous amount of improvement in terms of you. So it's like, this is me just reminding you, the divine wants you to know, well, be reminded that, hey, we got this. Okay, you don't really need to think too much about it. And truthfully, when it comes to relationships of any kind, innocence is like the most important thing. Just being pure, having pure intentions, not being impractical, right? But at least making sure that your intention with the situation to begin with is firm and substantial, so that it can create a full and substantial foundation to support whatever future direction it goes or future endeavor you're interested in going with this situation. Okay, in your past energy we have the Three of Wands. So I feel like, huh, basically, in the past energy, you took a risk regarding something that you were passionate about, and it did reap a lot for you. And I feel like that might be, and it doesn't just have to be the recent past, it could be long term past as well. But in some aspects of your life, sometime previous to now, you have put in effort towards things that you were very passionate about, and it did result in it producing and growing into, something very abundant and fulfilling. And that is part of what is motivating you to move forward. It's past energy, so I should say that is part of what motivated you to move forward. Okay, I feel like it kind of was like a slippery slope, though it might have been kind of maybe even similar to this in the sense of not like the foundation was there, but there was a sense of freshness, you entering, um you traveling on unknown territory, basically, at least for you, and not really having too much knowledge in terms of how to get things done, and it feeling a bit kind of out of your hand in a lot of ways, because right, you didn't have that much control, but it's like, okay, it worked out, and it's like, let's look at your present card. Okay, I was wondering about that. Okay, I got another story in terms of, for some of you, it might be that you recently took a risk with something because of how it produced. Like, there's an aspect of it that continued to grow and flourish, and it reminded you of, you know, it reminded you, excuse me, of what you were passionate about, like why you were passionate about it, or why you had passion for it, and it's kind of what stimulated you to take um a leap of faith to do is try something new with someone, for some of you. And I feel like a lot of this was done out of faith, to be honest. Like, there wasn't, like I said, there wasn't really anything tangible that you could for certain say, okay, this is gonna work out. Okay, that is interesting. And I feel like, um for another set of you as well, like something you have put some energy into in the past, it has already flourished in a lot of ways, and like basically it has the same element of your seeds are growing. They grew, a lot of your seeds have fully flourished, a lot of them are still growing, but the point is that a lot of it has grown, and that kind of added support towards you in terms of taking this leap of faith, because it's like more intel, more reason for you to go in a new direction, because the things that you put into place to help support you for this new direction, those things have manifested, have have worked out positively, right? And that is why you have faith and this passion to move forward um, with your other dreams or your other aspirations. Okay, let's go back to this. Well, yeah, I guess you could say back to this present energy. This is the Seven of Swords. This is you feeling very much in your mind and isolated, kind of from society, from others. Just you feeling unstable, but not because you don't have things supporting you. It's not because you're lacking in the things that you need to be stable. It's just that you're too in your head. And what's adding to that is because currently you're going through some kind of transformation at the moment, and there's a sense of not knowing. Okay, we have the hermit, we have the tower, and we have the hermit, right? So that means that I don't want to laugh because it's kind of I'm laughing because it's contradictory. Like these are kind of parallels. With the tower, a lot of the time, excuse me, you don't really know how things are gonna happen. But at the same time, when you have the hermit card, it means that you do kind of know, right? So I feel like um, there's a lot of changes taking place, and you might have some kind of sense. You might have received some kind of inner guidance, or maybe intuitively you kind of get a whim of like what direction you have to take or what direction things are going. You are aware that the divine God, creator, whatever, mixing things up, changing, doing all the changes in regards to your life, your foundations, your values, your structures, anything fundamental, anything established that was kind of faulty. Because that's the thing about the tower. Hmm. I wanna go deeper into this tarot card because I don't wanna just say anything. I need the I would like the divine. Ooh, you're gonna drop. Yes, you were. Okay. Knight of Wands. So interesting. Because you're moving very quickly and passionately towards something, towards what you really want. Hmm. I see what happened. Okay. So this is very interesting. It's kind of like the tower card is happening by you. Like it's like you are bringing the tower down. Like you are literally doing the things. Like there's a divine doing, and of course the divine has a part to play. But I feel like it's twofold in the sense like okay, the divine is doing something, but you're also adding to it to whatever actions, and one of your actions has a lot to do with how passionate you are about where you're at and where you want to go, and you just being so focused on getting there, so focused on only being in the lane of the things that are right for you, that it's kind of causing like a bit of distraction of the things around you and all those things that are not for you. Like all those things that aren't for you, it's like it's falling away regardless. And it is a bit uncomfortable, but at the same time it's like you're not completely lost right now because you know why it's happening. You kind of have a sense of where it's going to go. You have a sense of knowing that it's good for you. You have an understanding of you are aware of the changes that are going on, even maybe more than other people around you. Okay, some of that was influenced by you being taking some time by yourself to figure out why things are happening the way it is, um right, trying to make more sense about whatever you have going on in your head, like trying to, instead of just thinking so many confusing thoughts all the time and just um right, overthinking over a situation. It's like you've gained some kind of clarity in regards to whatever ideas you have, whatever you were concerned about, whatever you were too in your head about. There's this element of it being grounded, organized and grounded, um, so that it no longer is too much in your head. Okay, I feel like there's gonna be, like, currently you're transitioning out of like being too in your head into just being a lot more, I want to say mature, but more wise. Not that like there was something about the situation you didn't really know, but it's like there was, okay, let me put it that way. It's not like you once didn't have any awareness as in regards to what was happening. You did, but it's like time needed to pass so that more information can come to you, so you can see more of what's really going on, right? And as that time passed, slowly you've been removing yourself out of whatever is keeping you down, whatever is keeping you in your head and making you feel a bit stuck, even though you aren't really stuck. Okay, like if you want, you can get out of it, but I feel like that was just a process for you to figure out those things, and then now it allows you to have more control. Okay, in a sense, because our control is limited. Right. I also wanted to add that in the past energy here, it's like people were viewing you as very creative, and they understand that that was a lot. It was fueled by you just being yourself. This is a lot about one person. I'm not seeing much interaction. At first it was like that, but I feel like when it comes to people, it's more general. But I see something here in the future energy, and we will address that, okay? Because this has many messages, right? Right. In the past, many people have been able to see you for what you are, and you seem kind of very brave and stoic in the sense that you're not afraid to be who you are, regardless of whether or not it's not necessarily something that it's some, I guess, you generally label as good or bad. Even like it's like you kind of own who you are, the good and bad sides of you, and you're not afraid to reveal that. And I feel like there's an aspect through creativity wise as well that you that allows you to be seen that way. All right, but a lot of your movements are, yeah, it's grounded and it's fueled by this intense inner knowing and understanding of how you feel, and it just pushing and elevating you towards what you understand you should be doing. Okay, right. So in the future energy here, we have the Hierophant, and then if we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Knight of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, okay, let's start with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. It's about structure, it's about patterns, it's about things falling into play, okay? And I feel like in the future energy, there's this element of partnerships. Like there might be people coming towards you, or will soon be people coming towards you if it hasn't happened already, who share similar ideas to you. One, um, who wants to collab with you. Those of you who are more in I kind of want to say leadership role, but a role where you're teaching people, educating others in any aspect. There are people who are going to be coming towards you to basically be informed or to be taught more about, like I heard, more esoteric things and information about how the universe works. To get to know themselves better, And I feel like it's not just one-sided in the sense of like people coming to you and then gaining something. It's vice versa in the sense that you going through those experiences is also going to help incorporate an aspect of you, a newer aspect of you that you've been needing, and to really solidify things that will really go towards whatever foundation you're trying to put into place for yourself. It somehow has a lot to do with other people and mixing and mingling with others, but at the same time it's like it looks like moving forward you'll be um very much in a Libra energy, right? Could be dealing with a Libra. I'll name the what signs we have after. Okay, I want to do that more often because I know many people value that. But right, this element of just being mind over just balancing the mind, the heart, really. You know, knowing when each has its time and place in the situation, not being too strict, too cold, but at the same time being very stern with what you know needs to happen concerning you or about the situation. Moving based on what you intuitively know you should be doing, regardless of what's going around you, even when it's tough, even when you feel by yourself. You will be stepping into this very leadership role and a very authoritative role for yourself and for others as well. And I feel like a lot of people who are coming towards you, who will be coming towards you, would be also because people who identify with who you are and your nature. Okay. But since it's the Knight of Swords, I feel like this is gonna happen like very very soon. Okay. Look out for air energy, especially Gemini energy. Okay. I just want to meditate a little bit. Let's pull the Rebel Oracle deck card. See what we get. If there's any mess. Ooh, wow, that's fast. Alright. The thing about this card is because of the texture, it slides out very quickly. So we have don't fucking force it upside down. You got allow that shit to come to you. Okay. I was just asking my guys in terms of whether or not to read it upside down or upright, but I was told to leave it upright. So for these cards it stays upright. Okay. So I feel like the statement is pretty clear. It's about allowing things to flow and allowing what is for you to come to you, because it will, like what is for you is gonna come to you. Your main focus needs to be on alignment. It needs to be on making sure that you're connected to yourself, that you're um not just taking care of yourself, but and I guess that's why we got red jasper, but making sure that when it comes to your beliefs, your values, that you are doing the things that you know you should be doing every day and on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, that allows you to stay stable and really nurtures and takes care of you and allows and supports the real you, allows you to be your best self. And that is so important because you know by doing things that helps make sure you stay in alignment with who you are, it will keep you in that vibration and thus cause you to attract more people who are you know in the right alignment for you, for whatever goals or aspirations that you have for yourself, um, whatever interests you have for yourself in whatever area, like love, um, family, business, society. um, Hmm. So I feel like right now there might be some people you're dealing with or will be dealing with. No, you're already dealing with them, that is, because this is a grand energy. Although it does cover, okay, so for some of you, you're already dealing with them. Future energies, meaning that for some it hasn't happened yet, but it soon will. But whoever comes into your spectrum, of your reality in terms of who you talk to online, who's on your social media, who's you interact with daily, um, whoever is more new on the new side, like you don't really know them, right? That comes into your life, just be aware that there's this mutual sense of um what is this person all about really, like who are they really, they might have things in mind in terms of based on what they observe about you or the situation or what they've known concerning you, that they've concluded or like considered. But at the end of the day, it's more about, like, it's very airy, like things are very much in the air when it comes to other people, and you with other people and people with you. It's like there is not much solid information to confirm for sure this person is that way. There, what I get so far, it has a lot to do with, like, intuitively you can feel things out, but you don't know much. And so the suggestion is, like it was saying already, stay in alignment, make sure you're taking care of yourself in regards to that. And also, since this is Taurus energy anyway, do your Taurus thing, take your time. It says don't force it, right? And that makes sense. Like, allow things to flow, because what is for you, you're not gonna have to make it happen. Okay. We also got F here. Hopefully you can see that. And the back, it says it will lie to your face. So with this, it's about not letting fear to, don't let fear keep you back. If there's anything you're passionate about or any situation that makes you happy, um of course, don't be naive, you know reflect on the past, how things has happened, and also, most importantly, reflect on how you feel about the scenario. However, you know enough to not, right, you know enough, and I feel most of you will be doing that. You know enough of about who you are, what you need, where you should go, right, and how things work for you. And if you haven't already, like, this whole self-nurturing aspect that you should be doing right now, that is going to help in regards to that. But all those things about you, once you are aware of it, and most of you are, that's what I feel like, there's no reason for you to lean on fear in terms of what direction you take. Sure, you can use fear to help you be aware of, like, your circumstances, the situation, the possibilities, and whatever. Everything has a purpose, and there is technically a bright side to everything. Yeah, fear sucks, but at the end of the day, now there's another source of data for you to bounce off of to know how best to move forward, right? Doesn't mean you have to take it or, like, send energy to it or vibe with it, but it's something, to help make more sense of what is the right direction for you. Okay, so use it to aid you in terms of knowing what you don't want, what shouldn't feel right, because then that's the other thing too. Fear has this double way of, okay, letting us know, okay, there's something inside of us that's need healing, one, and then sometimes it has to do with, like, whatever situation we're in that's actually not genuine and isn't right for us, that's causing us to feel fearful, because the right thing for you will, again, it won't feel forced, you won't feel fearful, you won't, like, it will kind of pretty much be very transparent. And I feel like that's what you need something that will fit into what is just right for you perfectly. And I'm not saying being a perfectionist, but I'm saying technically, when it comes to the divine orchestrating things and how things go in our life, it is perfect. So it's like whatever flows, whatever feels right naturally, that is what you should be listening to. Okay, but It's okay to be practical in regards to that. Then we have you eaten? You're acting like a big ass baby. You need food in your belly. Eat a effing taco. Okay, so back to the whole nurturing thing. Make sure that you're taking good care of yourself. Make sure you're eating the right things. Make sure you're eating on time. Make sure that you're not overdoing things, not underdoing things. Spawn yourself a little here and there, and then balancing things out another day. Okay, you know what works for you. It's like you have everything you need. Is what I'm getting in terms of your needs being met right now, and your mission pretty much is to just love on you, stay in that vibration, and that is what will carry you through. Like, you won't have to really worry much. Okay, I feel like pulling another Rebel Oracle deck card. Okay, it says stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person, just effing stop. At the back it has spend your time on someone with it, don't waste it on ridiculousness. And again, I feel like that's tied into these two cards, right? About don't force it and fear, right? Because if you have to force it, if you feel fearful, something's off, to be honest. Either you're not listening to your intuition, one, or two, something's off about that person that you're dealing with. Especially if if you have to force it, in any way, if it doesn't come natural, if you don't feel like you can just be yourself, if you don't feel elevated, if you don't feel free, if you don't feel um lively, you don't feel supportive in a positive way in regards to the situation, a way that makes it easy for you to just flow and be you and do your thing, something is off. Okay, and you might have to take a step back to check on yourself. But if it's a scenario where you have to force it, most likely it's going to be that person, something's going on with that person. Okay, but a good eye is to check for transparency. That is what really is gonna sell people out. Pretty much, because the right people for you, um okay, let me say it this way: the people who aren't for you, they're not going to be able to be transparent, right? They're probably going to avoid it. Some of the ways to do that is like not talking directly, or like contradicting themselves, or basically beating around the bush in some way or form, right? Okay, um that's one way. I'm really hoping the thought didn't go. Just wait a minute. Right. And the other way is that, oh my god, when you have a thought and it's like you're good, 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 and then divine is like, okay, wait, take a break. Okay, let me allow it to do its thing. Right, and the other thing is that if they couldn't tell you what's going on and how things are, what happened, and so on, there's always some aspect to it about it that is like, something's missing. Like, that doesn't really add up when I put two and two together, or like, there's so many other possibilities in regards to what that person says. Like, it's very vague, it's not concise, and it's not really much for you to hold on to, right? There's an element of avoiding saying, being straightforward and saying the truth. Okay, so look out for that transparency in these people who are just very flat out, like, this is what happened to me. I'm not saying like people have to put themselves, their intimate selves, their whatever's personally going on in their lives out there like that, no. But I mean, like, in regards to what element you are dealing with these people in, right? There should be some level of intimacy, and I heard courtesy when dealing with you, because at the end of the day, we are talking about self-love here, to be very honest, and you don't want anybody who doesn't know how to treat you right. Like, that is not the situation for you in any category, in any area of your life. That is not what the aim is. That is not what's going to bring you happiness. Okay, and that that is like taking a step back away of from what you've been through in the past, and you're trying to evolve and improve. So if it's gonna mean that things are gonna be up in the air and things are gonna be confusing, um there's going to be a lack of transparency, there's going to be people somebody playing games and these kind of things, that already is a no. Like it's supposed to be smooth, not perfect, but it should flow. Okay, where's my, okay, my deck. At the bottom of the deck, perfect, we have Queen of Cups. Okay, so this just reemphasizes you just knowing, focusing on what is right for you in regards to whatever you're passionate about, and just doing everything that falls into alignment with that, that allows that, that supports it. Okay, aligning to your dreams for some of you is what I heard. Okay, because that's the thing, going a little bit back, I know this is long, but I'm gonna finish going back to some of this future card, this part of the Queen of Swords, very Libra card here with the Hierophant. um the thing I have learned, right, is a very Libra thing. And I know, I understand why some signs they don't like to do it. Trust me, I get it. Because of a couple of my placements, right? That just honestly does not care. Like, I'm a Gemini moon, so there's a part of me, it knows what it can do, and there's a side of it like, it's like, this is too much, I shouldn't be doing this is ridiculous. Right, I don't know why I have to care, but I, there's a time and place in anything, and like we got for some of you, it says due to grace. I've learned with my own personal experiences, not something I did, but a lot of the time I've dealt with people who, you know, treat me not good, not because of something I did, but because of how they were treated, or some kind of interaction they had with somebody who knew me or was close to me or was family in something. And it's like, I'm very intuitive, so it's like from off the bat I can tell when somebody has a problem with me, especially when, you know, I know nothing happened, I know I didn't do anything, right? But a lot of that has to do with you know, I'm saying this all for you to just be considerate in terms of how you handle people, whether or not they are in alignment with what you want or what's good for you or not, because of the repercussions they can have on yourself and the people that are around you, right? There are a lot of ignorant people walking around just wanting to have their way, regardless of whether or not it makes sense, or it's fair, or they care, or it matters, and so on. Just saying, there's a lot of good people out there who are mentally right, you know. And I know we said, okay, stay on the lane that is in tune with what flows for you and feels right for you, yes, but it doesn't mean that while you're going through that process you won't meet a Jack, Jill, and Harry on that path who might, you know, have their issues or might not. Because a lot of people, there are a lot of people out there who feel entitled. Well, I already explained, right? A lot of people who they need help, basically, and they tend to, you know, put their foot too much into, you know, your side of the lawn, when it's like, no, this is your side, this is my side. It's very clear where that line goes, you know. Especially if they feel like they can walk over you and you're Taurus. I know many people, they tend to take advantage of the gentleness, of the innocence that can come with Taurus energy, because it can seem like, you know, you're so quote unquote gentle that I can just walk all over them and just get my way, when you know, I don't think they really want to see that other side of you. Right? And anyways, you guys are divinely guided, so you are able to know how to avoid those things. But this is also like a suggestion in terms of how you deal with people in the future. But like, you don't have to like kiss anybody's ass, right? Do what know you should be doing. Once you have that covered, leave the rest to the divine. Is going to take care of everything. No matter what anyone does to you, whatever energy you put out there is going to come back to you, you know, regardless, in some way or form, whether or not anybody likes it or not. Okay, so just leave it up to it. If you feel like you have to go out of your way or do extra, and, you know, give it to the divine, they're there for you. Okay, and you know that. Okay, right. So this is your reading. It was a lot longer than I intended. But I'm glad I finally got it out. If you like this, please give this reading a like. Please subscribe and share to anyone you know this will help. um I think I already mentioned the free readings on tarot, so I'm just reminding you guys, all information is in the description box below, as well as the link to donate, which I would deeply appreciate. And that's also part of the reason why I took so long to do readings. I had um technical difficulties basically, and like I was trying to get that in check as well, so that's kind of helped me behind, and kind of why I was sort of internally crying to be honest, because I really wanted to go back to helping you guys out. Okay, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and please do take care of yourself. Okay, Taurus, bye.